Your friend knocks on your door and asks to borrow your lamp. Sure, you can borrow my lamp. He returns it the next morning with a big smile on his face saying, Mazel Tov. The lamp had a baby. You look at him like, what? Lamps can't have babies? He says, well, it's yours. Take it. You get an extra lamp. You're like, you're crazy, but fine, okay. The next day he asks you, can I borrow a spoon? You give him the spoon. He returns it. He says, Mazel Tov. To the happy father and mother, the spoon gave birth to twins. And you're like, okay. And you, again, accept the extra twins of the spoon. The third day comes and he wants to borrow a fork. He returns the next morning with a frown on his face and says, I'm sorry. The fork died last night. All right, now you about lost it. Say, no, it's not possible for inanimate objects to die. Give it back to me. And he looks at you and says, well, then why did you accept the lamps and the spoons that you were willing to accept that they gave birth? Says the Dubno Maggid, a scary and penetrating point. We often accept things that are not true, that are completely sheker, if they're working out for our benefit. At a time when the truth must be told, during Elul, right before Rosh Hashanah, when all is exposed for what it truly is, we know that lamps and spoons cannot give birth. But if it works out in our favor, sometimes we accept it to be true, even though it's not. But then when it doesn't work, we recognize the sheker and the fallacies that it truly is. It's a time now to search and be mefashves b'maiso for some of the things that are successful, some of the things that seem to be working out, so we don't really want to become involved with, but to check and make sure that they're done al pi derech ha'emes. Because just like lamps cannot give birth and forks cannot die, it is always upon us to search for the truth.